My involvement in NCCA has given me assurance that our program is sound and what we're doing is good, but it's also giving me ideas for process improvements and enhancements.
I've enjoyed working on the National Commission with some excellent professional people, and I've really learned how to be able to bridge the gap between the psychometrician's language and the administrator's language.
The real quality of the work that IC produces comes in the collaboration of diverse groups who bring different perspectives, different sets of knowledge, different skills. And bringing all those people together, we're able to actually create something very meaningful and more real and more generalizable to the entire industry.
For more than 30 years, members and volunteers have made it possible for the Institute for Credentialing Excellence to provide critical services to the credentialing industry through training, publications, endorsement of high-quality programs, and by nurturing close relationships with key stakeholders. The work of ICE's volunteers allows the organization to provide excellent education all year long, from the many breakout sessions at the annual educational conference to the content in the FCE Academy's programs and webinars.
Member involvement in ICE educational programming is extremely important because the educational offerings to our community of professionals is only as good and as relevant as what we seek. And if we don't contribute, we aren't involved, and then the educational programming may not be as relevant or as astute or as high quality as we may need. So if it isn't meeting our expectations, then we have nobody really to blame but ourselves. So the way we overcome that is by volunteering and contributing.
With the active engagement of members in local, state, and federal affairs, ICE is able to develop relationships with key stakeholders to ensure they understand how important your programs are.
I think our country is moving toward a more heavily regulated environment. Certainly in our industry, there are more regulations to come. In some cases, there have been a lot of challenges in working with the states, and working with ICE, they have been fantastic. ICE has provided documentation, research, sent representation.
The invaluable expertise and learning experiences of ICE members have become the test lab for the organization. With input from the field, ICE takes your advancements and turns them into solutions and standards that add value to the entire industry.
It's very clear that the board of ICE takes the input of volunteers very seriously. I can speak directly from the perspective of the Research and Development Committee, where the board has endorsed our recommended initiatives for 2011 and has extended its great appreciation for our work in 2010. As a volunteer, it's really hard to ask for anything more than that.
When you display your accreditation through ICE and the NCCA, you're communicating that you believe in the value behind the research, experiences, and methodologies that go into each ICE accreditation standard.
Well, I think the most important role that we play is that part of that peer review process. I think that's really important to have those of us who are in the credentialing field, certification field, really reviewing the applications and giving feedback on how the standards are met and what improvements could be made or how maybe the standards aren't met.
Members and volunteers continually submit research and testing of new methodologies, allowing ICE to turn those innovative practices into industry standards and programs through a nationally accredited process.
I've enjoyed greatly serving as an administrative commissioner on the National Commission for Certifying Agencies for 3 years. This has given me an opportunity to work with some great people and really apply the standards to practical programs.
ICE's relationship with the credentialing industry is truly reciprocal. Professionals like you contribute your expertise to the organization, and in return, the entire industry benefits from the improvements, standards, and collective voice that ICE offers.
I would hope that more folks would consider stepping forward. It's really gratifying to be able to give back. I know I say that a lot to my volunteer board, but it's so true.
Thank you for helping ICE drive excellence in credentialing.